boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. The comic will be on Kickstarter until Halloween, so don't make a grave mistake by missing it.
All right, Volume 2 of Ladykiller.
Yeah, so we're going to assume that you've read Volume 1 if you're watching this video. There aren't going to be spoilers for Volume 2, but we're going to assume that you read Volume 1. Since you read Volume 1, or else you just don't care about spoilers, you already know that Josie left the Assassin's Agency, known as the Company, in Volume 1, and she's striking out on her own. She's still killing people. What is she doing with all the money she makes? Did you wonder that?
I did. I mean, maybe she's putting it away for her kids. Who knows? I mean, it didn't seem like they lived in suddenly a giant mansion or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming assassins make good money because it's a dangerous and illegal job. But yeah, I mean, they have a nice house, but it's not like a mansion.
Right.
And I'm curious where her husband thinks all this money is coming from or going, or who knows. But I mean, I don't know. I can suspend my disbelief as far as that
I mean,
goes.
I hate to say this, but probably men in that time period were sort of oblivious to certain things.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you could say to probably a husband back then, this hat was $200, and they'd believe you.
I mean, maybe she keeps track of the checkbook, and she can just kind of fudge it. So Josie leaves the Assassins organization, also known as the Company, and she's striking out on her own, which means that she kind of has to go back to square one. She doesn't have a huge, really awesome clientele like she used to. On the other hand, she doesn't necessarily have to pay as much dues, because I'm assuming the Assassins organization was taking a percentage of her of however much money she was making from her kills.
The other big thing is that she doesn't have a cleaning crew, so she has to really get her hands dirty.
Right. So, and apparently she's not as good at that as she would like to be. One of her colleagues is a guy named Irving. Irving shows back up to say, hey, why don't you let me clean up for you? Another thing that happens around this time is that Josie gets a job offer from a more prestigious League of Assassins. Something that's kind of creepy is they almost immediately say, we don't want to work with Irving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he says in it that he doesn't like Irving because he's unethical. I don't know how you can be an unethical assassin. It's kind of more... I think unethical is probably not what he meant to say. I think he's just a little bit too reckless.
Mm-hmm.
In that it seems like he's probably going to end up getting people caught.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine if you have a League of Assassins or company or whatever, it needs to be clean, not messy, not emotional. Just go in, do the job, get out.
I'm going to try to explain what goes on without getting too much into spoilers. Basically, Irving and Josie kind of butt heads.
Right.
So did you like this volume as much as you liked the first volume?
I did. I liked where this story took the turn that it did.
I thought it was a good continuation.
Yes.
Irving's backstory is creepy without getting like too gross or too offensive.
Yeah. But his backstory is also attached to another character, which is definitely a surprise.
Right. But do you know if there's a volume 3?
I wondered that myself, but it was a short run. So it ended there. Unless they decide to pick it back up again, but the Jolie Jones has done other things for DC, so she's quite busy. So maybe we'll see Ladykiller come back to life again for her. So.
Yeah, and if it does, we'll probably do a review of volume 3. I almost said issue 3. So like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bank. So anyways, I want to call her Josie. It's not Josie, it's Jody. Right? We agree that. Oh, it is Josie.
Yeah. Like Josie and the Pussycats.